Alright, good morning everyone, it is Timidity, and I'm just here to let you know I've decided to make a very bold decision of doing whatever the fuck I want. And also, no, I'm not sweaty, I just put water on my face. I am sweaty, that's irrelevant, you don't care. Anyway, I just decided I should stop giving a fuck about what people think, since all it's doing is literally killing me. Like, I've been so hard trying to, not get in the bad graces of my parent, that I forget to realize I will always be in her bad graces no matter what. Because it could be something like, I'm cleaning out my room to purge it, because secretly I've been trying to just downsize as much as I can to move out, but that took longer than I thought. And long story short, she's found a way to somehow turn, oh my god, look at you cleaning up, that's so good for you, to like, oh my god, you fucking are worthless, can't clean up, just all her usual shit. And I don't like that, especially not when I just turned 19 and I'm supposed to be, you know, feeling like I'm an adult with control over my life who doesn't need to be scolded, coddled, etc. Yeah. Anyway, and also just, I'm tired of it because I want to talk about things that happened to me during my childhood. I want to talk about relationships. I want to talk about sex. I want to talk about how I fuck people. I want to talk about friends I make and things I've done and crazy experiences I've had. Or, hey, my mom did a bunch of fucked up shit that fucked me up for what has been about 90% of my life. It's probably the reason why things have not been easy ride for me, and I want to feel comfortable talking about it without backlash. The main reason I haven't made content, and I'm just gonna be honest, is because I've never felt comfortable, because I've always felt the feeling that I'm gonna be watched some way. Like, you know, my Instagram isn't public right now because basically I don't want it to be like, oh hey, look, your sister found your YouTube channel and she's talking about it to your mom about that time you threw up on a guy's dick in the back of his car. Or it's like, oh hey, your stepdad found your YouTube channel and now he's talking to your mom about the time you had an abusive boyfriend punch you in the face. And it's like, okay, like, it's just also because whenever I can't even talk to them about teeny shit without them being upset. And you know, if I can't talk to someone about, like, oh, hey, can you buy more toilet paper from the store without them finding a way to turn that into a 10-minute rant? Or, oh, hey, can you help me find out how to make an appointment for fucking Kaiser Permanente? And then they find a way to, not even, like, on a healthy level. You could even just say, oh, yeah, I never learned, because you remember you tried to teach me before and you got kind of busy? And then she'll just huff and glare and then shout at me from across the house, blah, blah, blah. And she's one of those people where if you say something, it could be even just you saying it politely, as nice as possible, she'll tone police it. So if she doesn't like the way you said it, or your tone, which sucks because I have autism, so sometimes that shit just happens. I'll say things, and they'll go weird. Then she'll be quick to get aggressive, and when she's quick to get aggressive and you keep talking, she'll just be quick to get physical. Which is why I don't like talking to her, and which is why she doesn't know 90% of my life. So long story short, I'm just, yeah, nothing will ever make her happy. And that's not making me happy. Because I should not feel like a fucking Cinderella trapped in a cellar when I'm fucking 19. Normal people get to talk about things to their families. They get to talk about relationships they have. They get to talk about things like sex, virginity, sexual assault, abusive relationships, things like that. They get to talk about how their day went at school and not be given dirty looks or like, They get to be smiled at by their parents. My mom doesn't fucking smile at me. She does this thing where she just goes, she literally will roll her eyes and purse her lips at me like that. And it's like, so what? I smile at you like, oh, hi. And you're like, and you just walk out the room. You know, some people are able to talk to their parents about everything and anything, and that's always astounded me. Once I had an ex-boyfriend, you'll hear about him soon. His name was Matthew. He was a fucking piece of shit. Basically, his parents were like absolutely like top tier rank, because he literally just went up to them like, oh hey, I met this girl online and I want to have sex with her. Can I have sex with her in the house? And then they were like, oh yeah, sure son, just make sure like you know her well enough, let us know when she'll be here, we'll be at the house, do you need some condoms, do you need some lube, let us know. And then for my parents, like, the idea of me even so much as telling them I have a boyfriend in the first place, which I currently don't, but I've had a lot, I'm not giving you a number, you know, I can't tell them that, or I just prefer not to. Like, hell, when the first 2 major relationships I had, they basically, one, took sympathy with my very first ex-boyfriend, and also yelled at me without even giving me a chance to explain why I dumped him, for reasons being sexual assault, and also he was an abusive cunt, and a lot of things, but I'm not gonna trigger myself. And reason 2, my second ex-boyfriend did a lot of terrible things to me that had ruined my high school experience for 3 years straight. They could have easily solved the problem and nipped it in the bud. They did not, and they basically blamed everything on me. And it never got solved. And so, and also things like grades, bullying, how to make friends, can I have friends over, can I go outside, can I do this, can I do that? Plenty of things just ended up with me being yelled at, me being isolated, them not teaching me shit. I could say, hey, I'm being bullied by this kid who's a year older than me and was held back. He's kicking my shins underneath the desk. They're calling me stupid, ugly, and making fun of my voice. And they'd be like, just ignore them. God, why are you so whiny? And it's like, that's not what you tell someone who's fucking 8 or 9 years old, fucking dumbass. And also, just because you get angry doesn't mean that you buy 3 cats. When you know that I'm allergic to cats, just to keep me in my room. That's not what you do. And when a normal family gets mad at one family member, they usually do something that's like, okay, we forgive you, or like, you know, sure, be mad for a week and then get over it. They don't fucking torment me for an entire fucking summer to the point where I have an eating disorder, and also I lost how much weight that summer, and lots of shit. Normal parents don't try to buy their kids love. They don't go, oh yeah, well, who cares if I yelled at you over nothing a few days ago? I'm not gonna apologize. I'll just bring you something very expensive and act like that makes up for it. Oh, hey, sorry I shouted at you because I thought you were the one who left the piece of fucking cheese open. Oh, well, here's a towel. It's $12. It's Egyptian cotton. I know you already have 6 towels, but hey, it's $12. Be grateful. Or just like dumb shit. And it's just like, you can't. Like, I know I'm in a privileged state. I could always have it worse. Or, I'm not going to tell you about the worst I had it at, where didn't even have clean clothes, mental stability, and I'm not going to go into 2017 yet, but I will, because I'm no longer afraid to talk about shit that traumatized me. All in all, I know that I live in the nice part of a very historically not very nice city. I know that I also have light skin privilege and pretty privilege because people find me attractive and treat me better. And I know that even though my voice can sometimes annoy the fuck out of me and or others, I'll still be treated like, oh my god, are you British? You're so cute, we love you. And it's like, that is nice. Not everyone else has that charm, or charm, as they say. And just because I'm in a nice big house, and I have nicer things than other people do, doesn't mean I don't have a struggle. Trust me. I don't feel like getting into all of my life problems for this video, but I mean, I don't have my Kaiser Permanente card, so even though now I am at an age where I could make my own doctor's appointments, I have no idea where I put my card, and therefore can't make appointments to my therapist. Or my other doctor for other reasons. Anyway, what was I talking about? This video is 8 minutes long. I'm just tired of hiding. I'm tired of acting like I don't do things in my life, because I shouldn't be hiding myself away. How do I put it? If I want to be famous for being the one who's always gung-ho and who's always like, oh, speak your fucking mind, don't do shit don't respect elders that don't respect you. If I want to be like, hey, destroy the patriarchy, or fuck the government, or feed your neighbors, or love other people, and be healthy, positivity, then I can't be putting myself in a situation willfully where I am just enabling the toxic shit to keep affecting me. I can't keep doing that. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm just saying, I've always been afraid to say what I want online, openly, as me, because I'll just think, well, what if my mom gets upset? But guess what? My mom's gonna be upset either way it goes, because if I don't make content where I speak my fucking mind, it's just gonna be like, oh, Tamia, you don't do shit with your life, what the fuck is wrong with you, blah, blah, blah. And also, if I don't make content that I ideally want to make, then the content that I desperately want to see will never ever become in fruition. Then it'll just me making content that has no effect on anybody, me not getting anywhere in my life. Like, you know, how am I supposed to become some uber famous, like, celebrity or blogger or journalist or video recorder or director or whatever the fuck if I can't even portray myself in the way that I want? I'm not gonna get anywhere by being afraid of what my parents have. And for someone like me, who is very pro fuck your parents' approval, if you don't want to go to college, don't go to college. If you don't want to be a doctor, don't be a doctor. Don't just, you know, you're gonna be fucked either way. You're either gonna be in a job built for a market that you hate, and you're gonna work that job for the rest of your life just feeling like a part of a machine, or you're gonna get a degree in what you really want, and there won't be any jobs and you'll be depressed. But hey, who knows? Life fucking happens. Anyways, just what I'm trying to say is I need to start making decisions for me. No one else is making decisions for me. No one else in this house gives a single fuck about me. A single fuck. Like, a single fuck. Like, really, the things that I could do, like, if I did what I did before, I would have been kicked. Like, for example, my grandmother attacked me last April. And you see, if it were me who shoved her against a fucking wall for asking her to close the bathroom door and tried to attack her and shout at her and left shit on walls, there would have been no question. They would have just straight up thrown my ass out the house and never looked back. They would have sent texts like, oh, maybe we changed our mind. But no, they would have still thrown me the fuck out and mistreated me for months, talk shit, etc. But for the literal person who is a drug addict, abusive, who has pulled a gun on my mother, she attacked me, and I don't do shit to harm anybody in this fucking household. She attacked me in the dead of night, caused her whole fury, and guess what? She stayed. She's the one that stuck. What happened to me, you say? Oh, they made promises. They made promises, alright. They were like, oh, hey, we'll get rid of her for you. Don't worry about it. She's old. She didn't know what she was doing. And yeah, I don't know. Do you really want us to throw out in the street? And they were doing that pretentious thing where they act like they don't know what they're doing, but they know damn well they're being manipulative. Long story short, it was maybe less than a week. We could even say like a week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever. Doesn't change the fact that 2 weeks later they act like none of that shit happened. And they just kept her here, shitting herself in her sleep, and then willfully not showering, willfully not cleaning it up, willfully leaving stains on walls that would never get removed unless I were the one to do it. I feel trapped in my own house. Most things that trap people are mental prisons, like just mentally thinking you'll never get out. But eventually I'll realize this house has no purpose for me. I don't eat in this house because they never buy groceries, and even if I bought groceries, I'd be paranoid that the person with shit stuck to their fingers would dig in my food and eat it. I don't. It feels hopeless. In a household where I don't eat, can't sleep, and don't feel love, what is the point? It's just a place with like 4 walls and a ceiling that I can sleep in, or temporarily stay in, and even then I don't feel good here and I don't feel safe. Sorry, hold on a sec. I don't feel good here and I don't feel great. So basically, I'm stuck until I save money. And also, the last few times I tried to work a job, the last one worked okay, but that was since it was a charity that didn't even give a fuck about itself. And then the other time before that was at Chipotle, which was hell on earth. My mom was giving me silent treatment over something ridiculously stupid, which caused me stress. There was no food in the house unless I ate at Chipotle once a day. And eating once a day is not healthy, which is probably why I seem so low energy if you see me in person. And just... what am I? Oh. If it's nothing but me working a job I don't care about, just to go home, and I can't even sleep in my room until 2:30 because it smells like feces and won't air out until 2 a.m. Just to wake up at 6 a.m., go to work at 9 a.m. or whatever. Stay there until it gets super fucking dark, etc, etc. Just a cycle of just disappointing everything. Everything was disappointing me and I hated it. And yeah, It didn't feel great. So I couldn't mentally handle it. This summer was great. I met great people. I got to be in places where people fed me. Like my job fed me. My ex-boyfriend, that's what I'll call him, fed me. I got to sleep other places. I got to be at my house most of the time. I didn't have to stress over things. And like, shit just got hard. It's always been hard since I turned 17 those years ago. Now I just turned 19, and 2 years later I still feel trapped. So I'm just trying to eliminate the chance of me feeling like I am stuck in a prison I can't escape. The first step to doing that is a rebellion, and my form of rebellion is, well, you'll hear soon. I'll be talking about anything I fucking want. I can't talk about shit in this household because I always feel afraid. I can't even tell them about my fucking day because no one will listen. There's so much more. It's worse than I'm describing. Anyway, so that's why I turned to the internet. I've always had internet friends because real life was suiting me none, and you could be happy online. And so here I am. I decided I'm gonna just, the internet can get into real life. That's my fear. I did not want whatever I say online to seep into my real life and I get kicked out of my house or yelled at, my shit thrown in the street, etc. And so here I am. I'm just gonna talk about my life as much as I can. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the sweet. And also all the beauty in it, because that's what I feel like needs to be reminded of the most. Yeah. So now I'm not afraid of the internet seeping into real life. What's gonna happen when Mom hates me? Oh, boo, hoo. Oh, okay, sad. She'll be like, what the fuck? And it's like, I'm just talking about my real life experiences to a market of people that enjoy it. And all this shit's true. So if she gets mad at me talking about how she used to do terrible things to me, like, all the beatings and all the mental abuse and the mind games, then boo-hoo. That's the truth. You want me to lie on the internet? No. I'm being me, bitch. Excuse my language. Okay, I am just a teeny bit afraid. I don't want to swear too much. Otherwise, yeah. I just want to feel better than I have. Cool. Alright. So moral of the story, I want to stop being afraid of my life and not be afraid of the internet anymore. Because, if it's to the point where I'm already suicidal in real life, and I already have a lot of negative thoughts, and I already talk TMI shit on the internet, and also, I already can expect what the internet's gonna say. They're either gonna blame me for my own plights, or they're gonna call me the F word or the N word, and it's like, whatever, I guess, like, on a technicality. Sort of, yes, otherwise, shut the fuck. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say, just I'm not, but either way, who cares? I'm gonna talk about my sexual experiences, my love lives, my plights, my household, everything in it. Just because there's people out there who want to hear me. So it would do nothing if I just refused to let them happen. Like, if I want a world where it's like, hey, I want someone who will open up about things that no one else talks about, like suicidal thoughts, homicidal thoughts. What does it mean when you look off a cliff and you feel like you want to jump off? Oh, that's called the call of the void. What if it's like, oh, hey, what about goth people in the goth community? What about black girls? What about Islam? What about religion? How do I feel about that? I want to let people know how I feel and leave positive impacts on their life. And I can't do that if I'm carried away in the darkest, sweatiest, mustiest part of my house doing absolutely nothing in fear of hurting anyone else who has it much better than me in this nice, airy, fresh-aired, light, lit-up part of the house. Why am I so afraid of letting people see me? Probably because my whole life people made me feel like I should never be seen. I should be seen and not heard, and even then barely seen. And I should be what they want, and I will never be that. And they're only gonna be disappointed in me, so like, fuck it. If they don't care what I do, either way it goes, and they neglect me, or if bad shit happens, then like, I might as well share the experiences. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. I'm just saying, like, I want to feel good. I've spent my whole life feeling bad, and that's gotten me nowhere. So in a house full of people who are gonna talk shit and purposely go out their way to put me in situations to make me feel like shit without taking acknowledgement of it, I'm gonna feel free to acknowledge it, and I'm gonna talk my shit. Like, you know, like if someone's already on death row, what's gonna happen if they talk shit to a guard? Oh, you're gonna kill me, bitch? What happens if I flip a guard off? Fuck you, guard. You're gonna beat me with a nightstick? Oh, boo-hoo. I guess I'm dying. Boo, bitch, don't care. Don't know if that makes... I better stop this video now, I'm getting weird. But yeah, long story short, yeah, it's all about me now. God bless and amen. Peace out. Hope you have a nice day.